Hey everyone, my name is Raxus, and I'm actually a nurse, a full-time nurse. I'm just a frustrated technophile. So this tutorial that I'm about to do is not that as polished as other people because I haven't been making a lot of tutorials. I don't have the expertise to do it yet. Now, if you would like to skip all of my waffling on explanation on why I did this video, look into this description below and click on the timestamp. Why did I try to make this tutorial? Because I saw some people were asking how to live stream their Oculus Quest 2 without having to use the native live streaming that is only available for Facebook Live. Now, there have been a lot of suggestions, and I've actually tried to search in YouTube one of the many ways to do that. And what I've seen so far was that you have to use an Oculus Link, enable developer mode to be able to use the USB, and then use SideQuest to sort of like have your what you're seeing in Oculus Quest 2 being casted onto your laptop. And the problem with that is like not a lot of people have the technical expertise to do that because you have to use to like I said, you have to enable developer mode, you have to use SideQuest, and then you would have to use OBS to achieve all of those things. But I guess if you are already a live streamer, you like to live stream things, you would have the enough savvy to do that. So what people have been doing so far was that they would record their progress using the Oculus Quest 2 recorder, which is quite a good thing. But we're talking about live streaming here, and so far the only ways I've seen was to use the side quest. And then another thing that I've been using so far was to use uh, a hardware, which is using a Google Chromecast and then plugging it in into a capture card like my Elgato HD60S, and then of course connecting it to my computer and using the Elgato software to then live stream to whatever service that I would need. The problem with that is that the Google Chrome Quest, for some reason, and I have actually two Google Chromecast. I'm so sorry for that one. The Google Chromecast is severely affected by the Wi-Fi, I think, or that when your Oculus Quest 2 would render a very complicated scenario, you would see the drop in frame rate. You would see the pixelation, and sometimes the Google Chromecast will stop working. And that's something that I really, really hate. So the thing that I've found is there's also people have been saying to use OBS, and I said yes. I've been using OBS for when I do my Nintendo Switch live stream, when I do my sometimes I've used it to live stream my Android smartphones. But how do you do it with the Oculus Quest without having to use an Oculus Link, without having to use a Google Chromecast and capture card, and then streaming it to your OBS? Now, I've tried it, like directly putting my Elgato capture card to OBS, and the frame rate was bad. There was like scene skipping. There were some pixelations that I've noticed, and I've stopped using that and went back to the Elgato software. And they've said, then people say that you use the OBS with the browser source. Okay, fine. I have used the browser source also, and I use it for like small stuff like having a YouTube video play on another side, or showing a Twitter feed, or showing a live stream comment, or whatever. But you would have to find a way to stream your Oculus Quest to your OBS at the same time. And I was wondering like how would you do that? Until I found a way to do it. But I think during the first week when I got the Oculus Quest 2, this was not yet possible. But in the later updates, I found that you are now able to do it. I just didn't know it then because I don't know. It didn't show up the first time I used the Oculus Quest. Now, what I'm talking about is under the casting for the Oculus Quest 2. Now, this is the full tutorial so far. Basically, when you tap on the Oculus Quest 2 casting, as you can see here, you will now find that not only are you able to cast on the Oculus app, there is now a computer option. This computer option is very important and it will be your gateway to casting to your OBS, and it's actually the latency is actually very good. I've only noticed like a zero point 0.5, it's a less than 1 second delay that, and it's quite good. The image is crisp, the image is clear, and I don't see any pixelation for certain scenes that require a lot of rendering. What you see on your Oculus Quest, it's what you're going to see on your screen. The only thing is it requires a little bit of technical know-how, and I will try to take you step by step with this one. So how to stream your Oculus Quest 2 using OBS wirelessly. This is real wireless streaming via OBS. The first thing you need to do is that you need to have, of course, an Oculus Quest 2. It should be registered already to your Facebook account. This is very important. And I don't know if it's needed, if you have to activate developer mode or not. But if this whole tutorial will not work, then I highly suggest that you would turn on developer mode. But I'm fairly confident that this won't need the developer mode because you don't need to insert any USB or Oculus link with this method. Another thing that you would need is the OBS Studio, which is an open source software. It is for free, but I would highly suggest that you people be careful in downloading an OBS. It should be via the uh, official website, and if you do a Google search, it should be at the top of the results page. Okay, and other things that you would need, it's optional. If you would like to have a headset so that you can listen in to whatever it is you need to hear, and you would like to isolate that audio from your microphone. So, or you could just get a headset with a microphone combo that works well with your OBS. The next thing that you have to do is go to your OBS. And now, what I have here right now is my OBS. And why is my cursor so small? I actually tried to make this big, but I hope that you can see it on the screen right now. So, the first thing you need to do is to make a scene that is required for you. Now, this is the scene that I'm using. I am putting it there, Oculus casting via browser. And this is the important part in your Oculus, which is your sources. Your sources will determine what your video will contain. Now, what you need to do is first set up your audio input and output capture, and we are just going to do the desktop audio. Now, the reason why we're doing this first is because you only, when you start casting from your Oculus Quest, you only have 60 seconds to set up your OBS and then capture the image and then start recording it. Or else you would have to redo the process on your OBS side. Okay. Next, if you have a choice of audio input, you can do that. I'm currently using the input for my video that I'm recording right now, so I won't activate it, but this is what you need to do. Next, you finally go to the browser. It's over here. So this is the browser source for OBS. You just click OK with that one. Now, how to set this up? Let me just make it bigger so you guys can see. There you go. So over here, you will have the URL or website that you need to go to. Now, if you check your Oculus Quest 2, you will have the following URL, which is what Oculus is using. It is www.oculus.com/casting, and that's the website that you need to go. And then as for the width, you will have to use your own desktop, your own display resolution settings. And mine is 1920, and then height is 1080. And with the rest of the options, you don't have to do anything else. Okay, this is by oh no, why am I putting here? It's 80. So this is it. Okay. Uh, so this is what you're going to see. So unfortunately, I cannot show you the method so far wherein you have to log in with your Facebook account because Oculus Quest already saved my login details. But you don't have to be scared. Once you go to the when once you set the browser, you need to log in and you will be able to see that here. You need to log into your account, just right click the browser source and then interact. And you will be given this small window that acts like a browser. Now you just all you have to do is start clicking. You can click whatever you want as if you are like using a regular browser. You don't have to worry about like getting out of the page, going to another like your Google Chrome or your other browser for that matter. Just use this one. When you log in, just use this one. It will take you to the Facebook page, and then you will log in your Facebook, and it will return you to this page, and you don't have to worry. You will start seeing you will start seeing the area that you need for the casting part. Now, next thing you have to do, of course, is you have to log in to your go back to your Oculus Quest and turn it on, and then I'm just gonna use my hands so far for this one because I don't want to have to use my controllers. E. Okay, okay, we're getting ready so far. Now, of course, I hope you know how to do your sharing. You go to sharing, and then you go to cast, and then once you go to cast, you'll be able to see the computer. That's what you need to click, and then click next. And then it will advise you to go to oculus.com/casting within 60 seconds. And you have to do that. That's why we need to prepare first our OBS before accessing this page. Now I'm casting, and you can see that already on my screen that everything is a-okay. And the reason why this is wonderful, you don't have to use to maximize or minimize the screen. All you have to do is right click, interact, go to this one over here. You will see that you can enable your audio, and just like that, your OBS is able to capture the audio that is inside your Oculus Quest 2. And then finally, you can maximize. This will increase the screen size to the maximum, and you'll be able to see there your whatever you are playing. Okay, and yeah, you can actually see. So I'm moving my finger. Like for example, I'm gonna move my index finger. So there's a 0.5 second delay, and I think that's already quite wonderful, to be honest. Like there will be some sort of delay when you are casting your game. We won't be able to like avoid that one. Like even when you are doing live streaming, there is a significant delay with the live streaming. Like I think 5 minutes or 1 minute. I don't know. So this is so far the way that you can live stream your Oculus Quest 2 wirelessly and without any drop of the quality of the graphics that you are using. The only difference with this one is that you might have to get you need to have a solid internet service provider connection. Mine is currently at 150 Mbps, so that's quite good enough. But there is the okay, I'm turning. Oh, it went into sleep. So the only problem is right now that I'm looking at my screen and it's the Oculus Quest is trying to sleep right now. I'm gonna turn it off. Ah, yeah, it turned off. So I'm gonna turn it off later. With this, all you have to do then is to click your streaming. You have to go to the settings, choose what streaming service that you will have. There's Facebook Live, Twitch, YouTube, Restream.io, and there's actually a lot more here. So there's even Chatterbait. Like wow, OBS. Why is there Chatterbait here? So that's it. That's my tutorial for Oculus Quest 2 using browser source for OBS. If you have any questions, you're free to like comment below, and I will try to answer them. Just a reminder, I'm not a techie. I just love playing games. I just love tinkering with computer and other devices. But I am not a computer science major. I'm only a nurse who has a love for devices like this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe. And if you like, you can share this to friends who also want uh, to find a way to wirelessly stream their Oculus Quest without having all those wires, without having to go through many software like SideQuest, developer mode, and everything else. Once again, thank you guys, and good night.